So you're offering me this new technology? Nope, 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 nope. I am doping out of here. So, yeah. This. I love it. With the episode it does have, I do love it. Again, it has that sort of like interesting thing. Obviously, there's a lot of episodes that I love with this. All of them I like. So why don't we just talk about it straight up? Because I could talk about broad strokes, but I don't care. I am going to do my own thing. So, yeah. So yeah, because each one, I also checked it on my iPad, then realized, oh wait, I can't check from my phone. Deals with a couple of things. Obviously, there's some episodes I'm going to talk more, and some I'm going to talk about less. But I am going to talk a lot about each episode, so straight up spoilers. I said I like the series, so let's do that. So, the first one I'm not going to talk more about is the idea that if someone has a bit of like their brain has a certain amount of things that they have, you would have to have the brain put something in. It's like someone who's lost part of their brain and then you can put it in and it's like digital storage. And it's, again, the over commercialized Hammer Plus, this plus, over premium membership. And besides that existing and it's annoying, this is just taken to the darkest extreme. And I like it that it's not the idea of here's like something that will put you in physical harm. It's just fucked up. This is messed up, and this is. It's like the one on like the previous season where it was like the whole thing of like, oh, you're taking my likeness. It's not a thing of like you are not. It's not horror and danger. It is. This is just messed up. Period. This is just messed up. Then you have the timeline one, which is somewhat magical because yes, you have a device that does a thing, but you don't have an explanation. And throughout the whole thing, you're just sounding insane. I think it's like somewhat based on like the Mandela effect. If you don't know, the Mandela effect is there was a huge amount of people who believed that Mandela died in prison, which he didn't, and it's about a huge amount of people remembering the wrong fact. I've actually got in with another Mandela effect, which is the person who died. I don't know who originally started this, but someone brought it up to me, and then the person who originally in Harry Potter, a teacher, who like pulled out the plants, and someone was talking about it, and it's like, oh yeah, like they don't. It's like, yeah, I remember like my mum talking about it, and I was like, nope, she's alive. I'm like, okay, I remember, and I don't know that was like, oh yeah, I remember that, and it was like sort of like a fake thing because someone mentioned it, or because I'm pretty sure I did remember it. I don't know, it's crazy. The other one, which I do like, is replacing one actor with the other, which, if I think what this is meant to do, because if you look at all of the current episodes, it's meant to talk about something. The first one is talking about the idea of like the premium subscriptions and making a dark version of that, and the other one is the idea of if you push someone down, they will like. I don't know, but it's like the idea of like feeling that scaredness of the world changing around you, which it would be terrifying. Yeah. And this one I think is like a big talking point of like a lot of actors are using de-aging, do this, and bringing like dead actors. This is reverse though by putting someone who's current into the past and like doing this technology. I also find it terrifying of like she comes to life, and all of this I find insanely cool and interesting around way of like effed up. Again, it's not my favourite episode. My favourite is Plaything. Because, one, this episode is the thing that we have currently on Netflix, and you actually play the thing that he played. And, like another episode, this has a callback. And I love the idea. Because, like, yeah, all of these episodes, to the most part, are disconnected. They are not connected in the slightest. But this one, the engineer from like the Choose Your Own Adventure, he's back. And And I didn't expect it. I was like, him coming back? No, he wouldn't. But he did. And that is fun. That idea is so interesting of like bringing him back. He's here now and it's so cool. I also like the idea of like having this being like, so this is what I did do. So when you see all these things getting darker, more amped up, more insane, it's like, you can't do anything. It just keeps getting worse. And like, at first it's like, it's a game, and it's like, and learning what's happened, it's interesting. Because I like the idea of like, rather than taking it like, it's the thing with somewhat Persona, where it's like, we know, like Persona 5, where like, we know he's in jail. How? That's the story. We know where he ended up. And I find it interesting when you get closer and closer, you get more and more people, and it's fun. Again, I don't know why I like that sort of storytelling where it's like you look back at what happened. It's the same thing with, no, I think it's Mementos, where he loses his memory and you do that, which I think is clever. You also have Eulogy, which I think is interesting. It's one of the only, besides I think the other one, which is another one connected to memories and loved ones, which they go into this VR sort of experience. I like it because it's that sort of idea of like looking back on memories and not hiding from it and not using technology as like a way to scapegoat everything, but a connection. And I find it really interesting. And that is one of the things that I find like clever. I also like how they visually show it. It's really interesting, and that creativeness. But obviously, my favorite episode, the SS Callister intro. Oh, I'm terrifying. SS Callister intro Infinity. Because if you remember, SS is the sort of thing that is connected to, I think, what was the original thing? It was, I don't remember because I know what it is. It's the series, movie series run by J.J. Abrams. And they created, Alexa, stop! That's why I did that, music. Anyway. They did a thing where they did a series they did an episode based on another Star Wars-like series. Again, I am admitting that I haven't watched that series, but I do know it, just not off the top of my head. I do know roughly. It's the one that's like Beat Me Up, Scotty. So I do know roughly about it. But that had sort of the old look to it. The one that wasn't by J.J. Abrams, and this one makes both partners, because at first it looked like one partner was like the manipulated one was a little bit better, but both were in, and I like the idea that he goes in and tries to mess me up, sort of hide the evidence. It's so interesting, and I absolutely love the idea. And how they continue it, I don't know how they're going to end it, and if they're going to make another one, I really hope they do. But I think it would be really exciting where they go from here. So yeah, I did remember roughly what it was. It was Star Trek. But again, this is so fun with what it is, and so creative with all the episodes we have. I do know some people do, there are some episodes that people don't like, but in my opinion, every single one of these episodes, even the one I talk less about, is a hit. And watch it. It's worth it. We're really going from one end to the other, going from really high technology to really weird fantasy. So yeah. But for now, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked this video. And good night. Also, if you ask why I'm Salute, I just did it to start with, and I don't know why I'm continuing it. But yeah, good night.